What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So, it is time for another mailbag question video, and I hope you all are recovering from how exciting that offseason was so far for the Atlanta Falcons. Because I'm not recovering, my voice is still partially lost, even though I feel like it's lost every single week. But it's what it is. It's time to go over your mailbag questions. And a lot of these mailbag questions were kind of similar, so I kind of just put most of the questions together. You'll see a little more of what I mean. But one guy asked this, and then another guy asked a question that sounded awfully similar to the previous guy's question, so I put them all together. But I'll still give you a shout out for asking the question, and I'll read off your question and then of course answer it. But regardless, I'm very grateful and excited to go over these questions. And it's just, it's not even just an exciting time to be a Falcons fan right now, but it is just an exciting time for me personally because you guys have been very supportive. And I'm just extremely grateful that I feel like we're taking steps in the right direction with this channel. It seems like even if you guys don't agree with me, you guys give me positive criticism. It's not like you guys hate me for it. And, I hope that I'm giving you positive videos as well. And so I just have to give you a lot of thanks. And so I don't know why I'm super smiley right now, but let's get straight into it. So the first one comes from Mason Yoder, and it is, there are rumors that the Falcons are talking to the Cardinals about possibly trading up for the number 3 pick. I would assume it would be for Will Anderson. Your thoughts? And then Meetin Patel, I hope I pronounced that right, is asking, would it be smart to trade up to draft Will Anderson Jr. or Tyree Wilson in the 2022 NFL draft? Or do you see us drafting Christian Gonzalez from Oregon? So I know they weren't the exact same question, but they were something on the lines about how the Falcons should trade up. And I put it on Twitter. I was like, it could have been a fake report, but there was someone saying that the Falcons are interested in trading up to the number 3 spot and likely getting Anthony Richardson. I can see the Falcons trading up for the number 3 pick, but I don't know if they'd get Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, I think, is going to be a first-round quarterback, but a number 3 overall quarterback, I don't know about that. So, but anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Should the Falcons... So I put it in stone that the Falcons need to go pass rush no matter what in the first round. I know I've said, if they didn't have to go pass rush, I would go corner. But it's just... God, I really hope that they go pass rush in the first round. Just no excuses. The Falcons, well, it's not that they didn't address it in free agency because we got David Onyemata, but I mean, we still need help though. We still need a lot of pass rush help. And, I like Arnold Ebiketie and, Lorenzo Carter. I'm glad we extended him. We have talent there, but let's also face the facts that just because we got David Onyemata and some other key players like Grady Jarrett, Arnold Ebiketie, Lorenzo Carter, that doesn't mean that our pass rush is suddenly fixed. Getting Will Anderson or Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson, that obviously can help. And you know what? If we have to trade up for number 3 to get them, I would totally be, I would be down to do that. Now, the Falcons do have a lot to lose. They do need those draft picks that they have to get a lot more young talent, because it is still a very young, unproven team. Even though there's potential, it's still a very unproven and young team. But, if we have to get an elite pass rusher like that, then sure, I would not mind going to get the number 3 overall pick and getting one of them. Probably Will Anderson. I was high on Jalen Carter, over Will Anderson, but, and I do still root for him, and I hope that, all this off-field stuff that's going on gets resolved, but I don't know. I haven't really heard anything strange about Will Anderson, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, I guess I would take Will Anderson over anyone at this point. But then, as far as Christian Gonzalez goes, I had to kind of, re-record this part because I kept, pausing and, I couldn't think of what to say. So, I'm just going to try this again. Do I see us getting Christian Gonzalez? I mean, I don't know, sure, would he be worth it at pick number 8? Sure. We got rid of Isaiah Oliver, and I wonder if, the Falcons are actually getting rid of Oliver so they can get in the rookie to play nickel. And then when Casey Hayward is gone, they put, Gonzalez or whatnot at outside corner. I don't know. It's just a thought, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if we got him, but I would still preferably go for pass rush. Kale the Gamer 14 asked, now that Isaiah Oliver is a 49er, do you think we should draft one in the first round or sign one? And Mark Jones asked, how do you feel about Isaiah Oliver going to San Francisco? I guess I already answered if we should draft a corner. Should we sign one? Honestly, as crazy as it sounds, not really. Like, I know we have the money, but I don't know. I'm kind of okay with the corners we got. Like, we got Casey Hayward. I still want to see what he can do for just 1 year with the Falcons. And, if we had to get a corner, like, I think it would be better if we just either waited till next free agency, because at this point, I mean, what's even like one of the better corners available at this point? Like, isn't all of them kind of taken? So I don't know, but I guess I would either wait for like next year's free agency, or if we had to get one in like the first or second round, then sure. But I don't know. How do I feel about Isaiah Oliver being a 49er? So as much as I trashed on Isaiah Oliver, I admitted I was a big Isaiah Oliver hater, honestly. I will admit that he did get better over time. And, he was a pretty solid corner for us. It looks like he just kind of needed to find, he just needed to find his thing. Like, he couldn't play outside corner. And so then when we put him in nickel corner, I guess he just needed to find his groove. And for what it's worth, he played quite well. And with the 49ers, I know they lost their defensive coordinator, but they should be fine, and Isaiah Oliver should develop with how great of a defense the 49ers have. And they got a pass rush. Corners could really develop with a pass rush. They could really use that, something he hasn't had in Atlanta. But so, I don't know, maybe Isaiah Oliver is kind of like a sneaky breakout player for next year with the 49ers. But I also, it's just, I don't know, it's also Isaiah Oliver at the end of the day. He's been better, he's been solid, but I don't think he's like a great corner. I think he's just a good corner, I guess, is my thoughts. RC Plane Builder 2 asked, how do you feel with our new free agents so far? Also, should we sign Unique Ngakoue, the defensive end from the Colts? So I know my last video basically kind of said my overall thoughts about the new free agents coming in, but I love it. Now, most of the comments were kind of saying, calm down, let's wait and see what they do in the season, and I respect that, actually. I probably am freaking out a little too much. I made this mistake in 2020, actually, where I hyped the living hell out of Dante Fowler and Hayden Hurst, saying, Hayden Hurst is going to have a breakout year. I feel so confident about this. And like that 2020 free agency class, and then also with Todd Gurley, wow, that was terrible. So I probably should like calm down a little bit, but I mean, gosh, like you have to think this year. I know this sounds cliche, but you have to think that this year's different, right? Like, Jesse Bates is still a very young player, and he's still a superstar at the moment. It's not like we're getting Todd Gurley, who was, had this scary injury that we might have to deal with, or something like that, or Dante Fowler, where he was kind of inconsistent his whole career. Jesse Bates was consistent his whole career, and then Jonnu Smith as well, and then that connection with Arthur Smith. I don't know. I think this free agency class should be good, and should we get Unique Ngakoue? Sure. Like if the Falcons just really want to go for a corner in the first round, which I wouldn't. Honestly, the signs are kind of pointing in that direction, considering that they got Jesse Bates, and maybe they want to pair him up with another great corner they could get, and that they got rid of Isaiah Oliver. I don't know. Part of me kind of thinks that they're going to go get a corner. So if you want to get another pass rusher and get Unique Ngakoue, sure. I don't see the problem in that. And the last one is from Xavier Lemon. Do you think we are going to move Pitts to wide receiver after all this? And do you think we should grab Ezekiel Elliott so we can give Cordero Patterson a chance to be receiver? I think it would benefit us. Also, do you think we're going defense or offense in the first round? Defense for sure in the first round. There's no way we're going offense. Well, I don't want to say there's no way we're going offense. The only offensive weapons we could get in the first round that I can see realistically happening is either Bijan Robinson or probably just another receiver. Quarterback, like, I don't really see a quarterback. Like, they got Taylor Heineke, And they don't really seem desperate to go get Lamar Jackson. So I don't really see a quarterback. I think they're going to try and give Ritter a chance as a starter is what I'm basically saying. But, Bijan Robinson, that's possible. They love to run the ball, and he's a great player. I hope they don't get him. As great as he is, I hope we don't get him. Let's address defense. But, should we get Ezekiel Elliott? No. No, I would not get Ezekiel Elliott. He is not the same. Granted, it was a while ago, but, when he was, demanding a lot of money, even though, for one thing, he's just a running back, but two, he's a great player, but he was not worth the money he was demanding not long ago. What was it, in 2019 or something? He was demanding so much money. What I'm basically saying is, I don't want to assume who Ezekiel Elliott is as a person. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm simply just saying, I guess I'm kind of doing that. Is Ezekiel Elliott, a locker room problem? I don't know, but I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not going to assume who he is. But Ezekiel, he's just not the same. He's not the same. You had some people saying that Tony Pollard, the backup running back for the Cowboys, was better than him. Now, do I think that Arthur Smith would be the type of coach to turn his career around in some sort? Sure, but I don't know. I'm happy with the running backs we got. I see where you're going with it, where you give Cordero Patterson more reps at receiver, but I would just kind of keep what we got right now at running back. And then are they moving Kyle Pitts to wide receiver? Honestly, yeah, that's actually my prediction. I think that's 100% what they're doing. They don't really know how to use him at tight end, or at least they barely use him at tight end. And so I think what they're trying to do is they know they want to use Kyle Pitts. They just don't really know how. And getting in Jonnu Smith, who's a tight end, I'm assuming they're trying to use him as more of a real tight end. And maybe Kyle Pitts is just better as a receiver. I don't know. But yes, I do think that they're going to put him in as receiver. But those are my answers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. And as always, rise up.